Hi everyone, welcome to the monthly card collab. This is a collab hosted by Metal Scrappin Chick and Crafty Crabb, and everyone in the collab will be listed below the video in the description box, as well as a link to my blog, which will have these cards shown out on the blog with dimensions and the products that I use that will link directly to my store, because I did use Stampin' Up! Products. Okay, so let me just show you. Well, first of all, I use this Positive Thoughts stamp set. I use the flower, this leafy thing, the butterfly, and Friends Like You Mean More Every Year. This was from the 2020 January to June mini catalog, but it's carried over into the new annual on page 87, the new 20 to 21 annual catalog. There are dies that coordinate with it. I do not have those yet, but they're on my wish list. They're on page 182 of the annual catalog. They were a celebration coordination item. This was in the mini. And then there was a coordinating item dies, which I didn't get yet, but they're hopefully on my next order. And then the only other thing I used this die right here, which has become one of my favorites for labels. This one here, because it just seems to be the right size. I did use the In Color Designer Series paper in 2 colors. On the first card, I used this pattern, which has words on it in different languages, and on the second card, I used this wood grain in the cinnamon cider, and the first card, I used Misty Moonlight in this. So if you're not familiar with that, every color family at Stampin' Up! Has what they call Designer Series paper 6x6 in those colors. So this is the 20 to 22 in colors DSP, and you get, let me see, there's 40 sheets each, there's 5 colors, so you get 8 in each color, but then there's 2 different well, there's 4 different patterns, but 2 different patterns front to back. This is one of them, and then the jeans sort of look, and the dots is the other one. So these are the patterns that you get. Okay, so anyway, for this year, they change them usually every year, so I'm trying to use them because I buy these things and I forget about them, that kind of thing. So let me show you what I made. Here we go. This is the first one in Misty Moonlight and Just Jade, and I actually cased this card, which means copy and share everything, except we demonstrators like to say copy and selectively edit. So I didn't make this card exactly, and this was a card that I've seen 2 places, one from my upline. We have a challenge going on, so I'll be posting a picture on her team page. But also, there was a similar one that just came out in an email to demonstrators only by Stampin' Up! So this is a combination of casing from both of those places. So here it is. And basically, this is a 3" by 5 1/4" strip on a regular A2 card base that opens the normal card wing. This is a piece of Whisper White, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then cut at, you stamp it first. So I stamped this background all over it, like made my own Designer Series paper, which I love, and especially on this one. I didn't get it as good on this one. Anyway, and then you cut it at 1 1/4. And I use my T-square T-ruler to try and make sure I got the pieces lined up. I just went like this, so that at least over here they'd be lined up now. And this one I got pretty good. This one somehow I must have shifted the ruler a little bit. But anyway, and then this is the label. I stamped this in Just Jade. This is the new Just Jade ribbon, quarter inch ribbon. It just says In Color, yeah, 1/4 inch wide ribbon in Just Jade. And it comes in all the colors. So on the next card, I used a combination of the Bumblebee and the Cinnamon Cider. Now there's a couple of these that are either on back order or not orderable at the moment, and I can't remember which ones. The butterfly was in the stamp set, and since I don't have the dies, I actually fussy cut it. So this one I stamped in Just Jade, and I used my light Misty Moonlight Stamp and Blend. And then the other one, I stamped it in Cinnamon Cider, and we don't have a Bumblebee one, so I used actually Dark Mango Melody on that one. And then I put Wink of Stella on both, and then also I used the new In Color. These are currently not orderable until they get more in. 2020 to 2022 In Color enamel dots. I still will put the item code in because they will come back eventually. And on this one I used 2 Cinnamon Cider and 1 Bumblebee, and on this one I used 2 Just Jade and 1 Misty Moonlight. All 5 of the colors are in here for the new In Colors. Then inside on both I stamped some of the I don't quite like this one. I think on this one I stamped the flower first, and then I stamped off with the Just Jade and just put 2 of them on. On this one I went dark, second iteration, third iteration of the leafy thing first, and then I stamped the Bumblebee on it, and I'm not quite as pleased with how that turned out, but oh well, it's the inside of a card. I'm not going to worry about it like I usually would. So those are my 2 friendship cards. The theme this month, I forgot to say, was friendship. And the saying is, friends like you mean more every year. I have quite a few people now that I've met through YouTube, actually, that are becoming more and more important, and also some more local people. So I didn't use the feather or this little design this time, but I love this stamp set. I need to make some cards with this on it soon too. And this sending positive thoughts and feel good wishes. Who doesn't need that right now, right? So those are my 2 cards for this month's collaboration. I hope you liked them. And yeah, I'll see you next month. And I'm not sure what the theme is next month. Well, it'll probably be listed below the video as well. Talk to you soon. Hugs, love, and peace.